Alright, don't worry about that shit. Alright, easy. Okay, these videos I'm making, obviously, like I said, are about meteorites that I found that basically that I realized were not only just like rocks in fucking space, but are machine carved by the creators that are not obviously not from Earth. And every one of these I've noticed are self-portraits of the creator. Basically all being basically you got the okay, you understood basically, yeah, they're basically self-portraits of the creator. But what I noticed is that not only are they self-portraits, but they're also what I would consider to be spacecraft, with basically not wings but trajectors that would basically help with the direction and the angle of the entry. Like I said, every one of these meteorites are planned and carried out by the aliens themselves. And what I'll do is I'll show you a bunch of videos of basically these ones gonna be different from the first set that I put up. Well, these right here I'm gonna show you the ones that have the trajectors on them. And what a trajector does is basically control the angle and basically the direction of the entry when it comes into the friction. And I'll make it short and keep it simple, but here's the first one that I found. If you notice, this one looks like the creator. And obviously it has the eye, and this is the front of the mouth, and obviously it has an elongated skull. But if you notice the lines on here that I did, it basically shows the trajector on the meteorite itself. And if you know, like I said, if you notice, whenever the meteorite enters, obviously, yeah, this is obviously the surface of the Earth. The trajector itself will come in once the meteorite comes in. Here, I'll show you the meteorite itself, but look, so you get the idea. This is the meteorite itself. Obviously you can see the eye, and this is the front of the mouth right here. But if you look closely, you can see the trajectors on here. You can cut across like that perfectly, and each line is perfectly cut. And obviously it has a bunch of grooves in here, but like every meteorite that I'm showing you is not only created by an alien, but it's also created for us. It's created for the human. Basically, so what they do is they create a meteorite. Obviously they do meteorite studies and they plan their meteorites out perfectly, but not only do they plan out and study meteorite travel and descent, but they also make the meteorites to fit the human hand. So if you notice this groove, like I said before, every meteorite is about the same width. They're all the same width, so they fit the human hand perfectly, but each one of them is carved out perfectly with grooves so that it fits the human hand perfectly. If you notice, there's a groove right here, and it's carved out perfectly for my thumb. It's a perfect carving right there for my index finger. If you notice, there's carvings right here for my middle finger. So it fits my hand fucking perfectly. This thing is ancient. It's old. If you notice, they carve them out to be hand tools so that when a human finds it, it would hopefully use it as a hand tool. And you can use it as a hand tool to do all kinds of things. This thing is ancient, but as you can see, aliens made this base. Okay, you understood. So the trajector itself, when the meteorite comes in, it stays level with the ground. So when it comes in, this right here controls the descent, the angle, so it doesn't flop around. Obviously, if you know anything about, look at this motherfucker, he's not very happy. But if you notice, and if you know anything about aerodynamics, you'll know that the trajector obviously directs the direction of travel and the angle. And whenever this sucker's coming in, it's either gonna come in like this because it's level, like that, it'll stay level with the ground, or it'll come in like that, level with the ground. If you notice, this one right here will stay level with the ground. So either A, this section right here will take the friction, or B, this section right here will take the friction. Either or. And if you notice, they plan that out perfectly. Either level like that for entry, or level like that for entry. Either or. But if you notice, it is carved out to look just like the creator.